Alright, hey everyone, and welcome to this week's vlog for Mijo577. So this week, the day I'm actually filming this is my birthday, so it's my 22nd birthday, and I kind of wanted to make a video that was not a reflection, but a topic that over the past year I feel like I've really come to appreciate more and really include in my life that I didn't always focus on. So in today's video, I want to talk about self-care. And just learning to take care of yourself. And what I mean by that is more than just, basic hygiene and stuff, how to actually really truly take care of yourself. So I just want to talk about that a little, do a little reflection. Because I've just realized, in this past year with, being kind of a year of COVID, just how important that is. So let's get started. So I think the first thing I want to touch on is just why self-care has become important to me. And I feel like self-care is such a broad topic, people always say, oh, do some self-care, or I'm doing this for self-care. And it is a broad topic, that's true. But I think for each person it means something different. So I don't think there should be pressure on, oh, well, my self-care is different than yours. I think that's something people need to realize, and kind of something I want to say is what I'm saying right now for my self-care may not necessarily be what works best for you, and that's totally okay. That's just how things go. But I think for me, just, just with this past year and being in a pandemic and my own personal mental health struggles and stuff like that, I've just really had to learn how to take care of myself and really prioritize myself and just say no to things when they weren't going to work for me or weren't causing me joy or bringing me anxiety. Just learning to say no and learning that it's okay to say no, and that and I think the pandemic's helped with that in a way, because a lot of people, have had to say no for their own safety. And, sometimes, even though the pandemic is crazy, it's almost nice having that as an excuse, and it helps you learn how to say no to things, because you can be like, no, I don't feel comfortable or safe doing that, or no, that doesn't follow guidelines, I'm not going to do that, whatever it may be. But I think for me, I just really had to learn how to take these moments to prioritize myself and take care of myself, because I've never gone through this in my life, and so I'm just learning how to handle it, and I've really had to focus on me and doing that. And so that's kind of been a reason why self-care has become really important to me. And the thing though is I'm still working on it. I have my moments where I really have to tell myself, no, Annie, you need to prioritize yourself in this, or you need to relax, do whatever can help you to relax. And that's totally okay. I think that's just a part of growing up, is learning that taking care of yourself is more than just your basic, making sure you eat 3 meals a day and you bathe regularly and you do your chores, stuff like that. There's so much more to that, and I think people always forget that, and that's totally okay. But I just think for me, with the pandemic, I really realized that. So but now I want to talk about a few different things that for me have really become huge self-care priorities, or just things I like to do when I want to take care of myself, and just kind of open that conversation up a little more. So I think the first thing that comes to mind, which is a silly thing that comes to mind, but something that's really helped me in self-care, is just basic giving myself breaks, you know what I mean? Whatever that may mean, during the work day, during the school day, giving myself a break, 30-minute break, or just even a 5-minute break, just to okay, not focus on work for 5 minutes, just give yourself a mental break. I think that has been a really big thing, and that can be hard sometimes, especially if you're someone who, like me, is always wants to be working, or doesn't want to slack off or something like that. It can be hard to say okay, just give yourself a break, but really scheduling in that time, or for me, having a part-time internship and being a student, maybe when I'm done with my internship, I give myself a break in between I start my homework, because I need that pause to kind of switch over my mindset from one thing to another. So I feel that has been the biggest thing for me, is learning how to just take breaks and incorporate those, no, however short or long that may be. And if sometimes people need to take longer breaks, and that's okay, whatever it means to you. A second thing that has really been important for me is self-care, is just doing extra things to make me feel good about myself physically. So that sounds a little weird, but what I mean by that is when I'm really stressed, like taking a bath or doing like some under eye face mask, or, you know, doing like maybe doing a little like extra care with my hair or something like that. Just little simple things like that that make me feel better about my appearance. And, you know, obviously like looks are not everything, but when you feel good about how you look on the outside, it's going to reflect on the inside. So I think that is like another thing for me that really helps me, is just like little things. Or even like the other week I painted my toenails, you know, and that makes me feel cute. So doing stuff like that is also very helpful. I think a third thing is exercise, which is so basic, but it's so important, especially during this pandemic. I mean, everyone was joking about walks and stuff like that, but really truly, like I try to go for a walk every day. I have not been doing hardcore exercise this past year, you know. I mean, I've never been like a hardcore exercise girl, but even, you know, I haven't been dancing as much, stuff like that, but just like getting out every day, like not looking at the computer or phone screen, and just, even if I'm like listening to music while I'm walking, just like getting out and just like being able to walk, clear my head, like that has really helped me. And I mean, sometimes exercising can feel like a job, but I feel like still, even though it can feel that way, it's still self-care, because every day you are like getting out there, working out. And like obviously exercise is really important because it helps you physically and in the long run also. And so then another thing I would say in terms of self-care is just like knowing, or like this goes both ways, reaching out to people and then like letting people know when you need to be reached out to, or like when you need help almost. But I think we've all, you know, had our moments, had our down moments, and, you know, needing friends to lean on, friends, family, whatever that may be for you, needing them to lean on. And like it's hard to like ask for help, or, you know, like reach out to someone and be like, hey, I need someone to talk to. But it is like so nice not to, like, you don't want to put your burdens on other people, but to share with others how you're feeling and share the struggles you're going through. It makes it feel better when you know like someone else is there for you, helping you. And then that goes both ways, you know, like reaching out to friends. That's one thing I've had to learn, like prioritize, is also reaching out to friends, making sure they're doing okay, because, you know, sometimes it's hard for yourself to reach out, so you need to reach out to those people to make sure they're doing okay. So I think that's another thing, is just like leaning on others for support with self-care, because even though it's, you know, self-care is about prioritizing yourself, you need others to help you. Like you can't get through this world on your own. I mean, maybe some people will disagree with me on that, but you really truly can't. I think another thing with self-care is, you know, honestly, like this sounds so silly, but like having treating yourself, you know, like having something either to look forward to or that you like to do for yourself that is like a treat. And so like one thing I've started doing is I love tea, which is like honestly another thing I would add into the whole self-care realm of like, that's really good for you. Tea has so many benefits. There's so many flavors. Probably honestly, I'll make a whole vlog on tea because that's how much I love it. But going along with that, there's this company called Sip Spy, and it's a subscription box of tea, and you get like 4 different kinds of tea a month, and you can get more than that, or you can do it less than once a month. You can do it like every 2 months, or there's different plans. But basically, like that is one thing I have every month to look forward to. It's, you know, like I pay for it myself. It's inexpensive, but like it's something to treat myself that I look forward to, and it's a monthly thing. And so like things like that, obviously, like you don't want to go extravagant with that, or like spend a bunch of money on something and stress yourself out then, because you shouldn't have done that. But like treating yourself every so often is so important. But I think the key is to not go overboard on that, because I mean, I know I have my moments where I'm like, oh, this is me treating myself, and then you're going a little overboard. But almost like having that like one thing that is your really true like self-care treat thing. So for me, that's like my tea thing, because I know tea, like there's a lot of benefits for me and I love it, and it, you know, it kind of like falls into that self category for me. So whatever that may be for you, maybe it is exercise related, you know, maybe you treat yourself with a gym membership, or one of those like subscription services, or, you know, whatever, or maybe you buy like a new workout thing every week, or even a new workout, not every week, sorry, every month. But then also maybe you buy a new workout top, you know, every 2 months or something like that. Whatever it is, like that, like I said earlier, it's all about what you want for yourself. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog and this conversation. I really just wanted to have, you know, a light conversation about this topic of self-care, and kind of introduce maybe some ideas to you all for how you can start like incorporating it more into your life. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and this is just something I wanted to do today to kind of reflect on the past year. It's been something that I've really started to prioritize and learned how important it is, and maybe it's something you will start to prioritize and learn how important it is. And yeah, so if you have any things you love to do for self-care, I'd love to know, so feel free to share them. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in next week's vlog. Bye.